Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. It's that time again. It's your Only in OK show top picks for your weekend, and we intentionally went completely opposite of everyone else. No snow globes, no Santa Claus, no stockings stuffed with care. There may be a slice of pecan pie, or pecan pie, or pecan pie, but we'll have to see. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley.
What's new?
What is up with that intro?
I don't know. These always mess with me, man. I never feel like I know what I'm doing with the weekend update. See, I did the thing. I called it a weekend update.
And it kind of is a weekend update.
But it is. Oh, well, maybe we should update them on what we did last weekend. Before we tell them what they're going to do this weekend.
Oh, my God.
How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay, I'll start. Well, last Friday, I had the opportunity to go to the Wells family farm. It's a tree farm, a Christmas tree farm out there in Norman. They were showing the Christmas vacation. Had some food trucks out there, popcorn. Bring your chairs, bring your blankets. $5. It sold out. I mean, there were over 300 people there. Tons of fun, and ate some really good sandwiches from the Midway Deli food truck, and then had some pie from the whole latte. I don't know what whole latte. Someone out there help me with that. I think it's whole latte pie food truck. It was really good. A lot of fun.
Whoa.
What?
You can't just glaze over the pie, dude. What kind of pie did you have?
Okay, I must confess, I didn't actually have the pie.
You're dead to me.
But I hear it was good. The kid, Jarrett, had some, and his mom had some, and I just watched them eat. But the sandwich was good.
Why?
I just didn't feel like pie.
Dude,
I wasn't in the mood.
There's a pie mood?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Legitimately, pie is for all the times.
I think I'm more of a cake guy than a pie guy, honestly. And I didn't put a vote in. I didn't want any initially, and then I don't want any after the fact.
Snag a bite?
I didn't.
What kind of pie was there?
They had all kinds, but this one was like a cream pie with chunks of apple in it.
Dude,
it was
and
gone
you didn't
before.
Bring me any pie.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I failed, but it was a ton of fun. A lot of
that
people out
sucks.
there.
I mean, okay, it's great that that's an event that you attended.
Huh?
I attended an event this weekend, and I brought you something.
Yes, you did. You
so
did.
I went to the Hardy Murphy Coliseum in Ardmore, Oklahoma, to a craft fair.
That's a whole mouthful.
The Hardy Murphy Coliseum is cool. It's like dirt floor Coliseum, all indoors, which is great with the weather that we've been having. But a lot of local craft vendors and that sort of thing. But I stopped by a T-shirt vendor.
Yes, you did.
Called Dust Bowl Tough. They're out of Edmond.
Yes.
And I bought everybody a T-shirt because every design that they have
was rock solid.
Unique. You're wearing one of them now.
I am.
It is the coolest design I've ever seen for an Oklahoma shirt.
Yeah.
It says Scissor Tail Flycatcher on it, but some of the letters are faded out a little bit.
Right.
And it's got a picture of the Scissor Tail Flycatcher.
Mm-hmm.
But the letters are faded out in such a way that it says So Fly.
Oh, it's so... I love this shirt.
Like in
Absolutely
the 80s kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an awesome design. Every single piece of work that they put out is like its own little artwork.
Yeah. There was one that had a bison on it that I really liked that Maddie had, and then there was the other one that had the Starry Night with the Oklahoma. I mean, just some I mean, I love the Raglan. You knocked it out of the park with this one. I love the Raglan style T-shirts.
I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah.
T-shirts, a single T-shirt costs more than a slice of pie.
I understand. I get it.
I'm just saying, when you weigh one against the other, a slice of pie is relatively inexpensive. And on a podcaster's budget, T-shirt is super expensive.
It is. I feel bad. I feel guilty. Maybe Santa Claus will come by and do something nice for you.
I'm going to include a link to the Dust Bowl Tough T-shirt company in our show notes. If you're looking for an Oklahoma design T-shirt, these guys are the bomb.
And here's the thing. That company hits all the notes. Made in Oklahoma, only in Oklahoma, about Oklahoma. I mean...
And they're a super nice couple, and they print these out of their house. It's super awesome.
Yeah, I really appreciate the T-shirt. I didn't think I was getting anything. And then it showed up. And now I feel, again, that my tally, the total's going up. That tab is just, we're running out of paper, man.
Well, we're running out of tape. We need to get to the point of the show.
We do?
We'll do that right after this.
All right, 6 goes into 7. 1 is... God, I'm so frustrated. I'm scared to death. I'm an independent contractor, and I don't want to get punched in the jimmy by the IRS.
Brett, why don't you give our buddy Justin over at the Holliday Tax Group a call? One of their specialties is tax preparation and planning. And then on top of that, if you have a run-in with the IRS, they're going to have your back.
Perfect. But how do I find them?
You can reach them at holidaytaxgroup.com. And if the independent contractor thing works out for you, they also do estate planning. So they got you back on that one as well.
Oh, thank goodness. Thanks for the advice. That's holidaytaxgroup.com. Holiday with 2 L's.
All right, Brett. So our first event takes
Yes.
place in your old stomping ground,
Absolutely.
U.S. Grant High School in
Yes.
Oklahoma City.
I was class of 95 through 97.
I did a stint of summer school at U.S. Grant.
Did you really?
Yes.
I miss summer school at Grant. I went every year.
I don't think, actually, I take that back. It was not summer school. It was night school. It was a night class that I had to
Yes.
make up a missing course credit.
I went to every session. This is how great a student I was. I went to every session of summer school and night school you could go to, from the minimum of, I think you start going to those things in like 3rd or 4th grade. I didn't have a summer vacation until I was 20 years old. Like, legitimately. Not a chance. But yes, U.S. Grant High School is having their 7th annual Stomp Dance and Powwow. Now, if you show up on time, supper starts at 6 and the dance is at 7.
And that is Friday night. The Stomp Dance is Friday night.
Stomp Dance is Friday night. Now, it is an intertribal event. Come one, come all, bring everybody you got. And last year they had a nice little drum circle out there. Great food, great vibes. Vendors, you can still register. You might slip over to their Facebook page and check that out. Now, Saturday, it's a little bit different. It's their 12th annual Oklahoma City Public Schools Powwow. The dancing starts at 2. The supper is at 5. And then the grand entry will be at 6 o'clock. And this thing's going to go on until about 11 o'clock.
Really?
If you've never been to a powwow, they last a very long time. They've got contests with all kinds of categories for adults, men, women, all kinds of different types of dances. Youth can get in there. They've got a little tiny tots category. If you've never seen a little tiny tot dancer in his regalia or her regalia, it's the cutest thing you've ever seen. Again, drug and alcohol free.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Next, we're moving on to Luther, Oklahoma for the Luther Pecan Festival.
Pecan.
I beg your pardon?
We've talked about it before, man.
It's pecan.
I guarantee if you go to this Luther Pecan Festival, you're going to have some disputes on what it's called.
So the Luther Pecan Festival is Saturday only this weekend, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes, and they're having a really, I don't know, this is kind of new. I've never heard of this. I had to do some research. They're doing this thing called the Get Up Challenge. It's basically like a dance contest. They're going to have a stage set up, and I guess it's whoever can, it's a dance-off, basically.
It's a dance-off? There's no such, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing, nobody does a dance-off. That's like,
is that
like 1984 kind of stuff.
Is that too archaic for these times?
I just don't believe that it's really a dance-off.
Well,
I don't think you're evident
posturing like it's a breakdance competition. I think they're going to take turns and see who has the best moves.
Okay, well, maybe, but I couldn't break dance. I'd break something.
You'd break.
But it wouldn't be dance.
Yeah.
So they're also having a cooking contest at DJ's Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
They basically have something for everybody here. They've got a quilt show. They've got live music, arts, crafts, goats.
Yes, goats. Goats, donkeys. And did we mention pecans or pecans?
I think it's pecans.
I've always called it pecans, but I've heard people call them pecans. So
yeah,
I don't know who to believe.
Those people are wrong.
I don't know. I feel like if you do it we just need to talk to somebody that does it for a living. I just feel like it's tomato. It's not tomato. It's pecan, but I'm sure somebody out there is going to have an issue with it. I have a feeling. Just have a feeling about it.
So some of the providers of these pecans, Benson Park Pecans, Miller Pecans, Deep Fork Foods, Page Farms, and Lazy D Pecans.
Pecans.
I think they're the only ones that call them pecans.
Well, Couch Pecan.
They're going to be there as well.
Yep, they're going to be from the orchard. And here's the thing. They put up a show because last year, 10,000 people showed up.
That's huge.
No, that's nuts.
Are we going to do that again?
Yes.
Luther's a relatively small community. 10,000 people showing up for an event is huge.
I'll tell you, when I was playing football in junior high, I ran a 90-yard touchdown against Luther. Sorry, guys.
I don't believe that.
I did.
Is there, evidence of this?
It happened. It happened. They remember.
They remember.
They remember.
There's a picture of your face with the circle slash in town hall.
That son of a...
I don't think that son of a is going to be able to stay in the show.
No, he ain't getting a peanut. He's getting his butt kicked.
Well, if you don't like pecans,
mm-hmm.
I think maybe you can find some peanuts.
Yeah. Golly. Go ahead.
If you don't like pecans, I think maybe you could find some peanuts at the Carden International Circus at the Comanche Fairgrounds in Lawton this Saturday.
You're such a nut. Now, you've gone to a big top circus recently in the last year.
Was it within the last year? It's pretty close.
I think so.
It's close to a year. I don't know if it's exactly within the boundaries of the last year.
But do circuses have a season? I know that's silly, but I just don't remember the last time I've heard of a circus coming through that's this close to, I don't know, winter? But I guess it's going to be inside.
It will be inside.
I love a circus.
I think circuses are awesome.
I do too. But then I start to think about the animals, and I'm like, I can't take part in this.
Well, I mean,
then that's when the liberal comes out.
I don't know, but the Carden International Circus has been in the circus business for 50 years.
50 years is a long time, and I looked at their accident record. It doesn't look like anyone has died on the trapeze.
They do a lot of aerial stunts, which is cool. They also have a magic show.
Yes.
Which I really feel like magic shows are due for a comeback. Am I?
No, you're right. It's funny you mentioned magic. The other day I was watching Chris Angel on Pluto TV, and I was watching it with my mom. She goes, "Don't you like Chris Angel?" I was like, "Yeah, I did before I realized how fake it is on TV."
Well, he's just lame, though.
Yeah.
Chris Angel is kind of, I don't know,
I like
slimy.
I like David Blaine.
David Blaine, I like him better than Chris Angel, but David Blaine he's kind of weird.
Yeah, he is.
He does that weird, dude, can you just, make my card appear behind a glass wall or something? You don't have to be strange about it.
What do you mean, like this?
What glass wall? You mean this glass wall?
This glass wall? Just a glass wall appears out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tigers?
So that's one of those things that you don't like, but maybe they're rescue tigers. I don't know. I don't know where they get their tigers.
I just, if you can prove to me that you're ethically treating, give me the backstage where you're combing the tigers and feeding them Kobe beef and being really sweet and gentle to them before you crack a little circus whip. I don't know. I'm just kind of sensitive to that stuff, maybe. I like circuses. I used to go to the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus every year it came when I was a kid in the 80s. Gunther Gable was my hero.
Who's Gunther Gable?
He was a tiger trainer for Barnum and Bailey. He was a god. He had almost white blonde hair
and a mullet.
Kind of. I mean, well, in the 80s, all the cool people had mullets.
Well, speaking of cool people, they're gonna have clowns.
Oh, man. How do you feel about clowns?
I don't like clowns.
And I can't really pinpoint, people go, what makes you not like, I can tell you why I don't like deep water. I can tell you why I'm afraid of heights. But I can't really pinpoint the moment that I said, I just can't do clowns.
Poltergeist.
See? Not even for me. And it wasn't even it. It wasn't anything horror related. There's something about grown men stroking balloons and
all right, so
there
goes our clown audience completely gone. Good job.
I'm not saying they can prove me wrong. I'll give them an opportunity to prove me wrong. I like a balloon. I always wanted to be able to do balloon animals, but I can't get down with the clown.
Well, that is our list of awesome activities to take part in this weekend.
I think it's a solid list if you're wanting to stay away from the Kris Kringle and the Thanksgiving pregame stuff. I think it's a perfect little list.
Well, one of the things that I like is a lot of it is indoors.
Yes, and the weather's going to be kind of not dicey, but it's going to be cold early. And
dude, I don't like this 40-degree stuff as being the high.
I like it a lot. I want it to be 30 degrees for the high.
Ugh.
Just saying. But there's your list. I don't know. What do you think?
I would like to know what our audience does on cold Oklahoma days. Because Oklahoma's not just cold. It's cold with 60-mile-an-hour straight-line winds that cut right through any clothing that you have.
Well, yeah.
So what is the activity that you like to do on the cold Oklahoma days?
Well, I think right now, for everybody, if you look at Facebook, it's Disney Plus and chill right now with The Mandalorian. I can't wait to get home so I can watch the freaking Mandalorian.
You're not going to do it.
I will try.
We've got shows to record, sir.
Oh, God. Anyway, well, that's us. That's what we got. Tell us. What do you think? Pecan or pecan? What are you doing?
Let us know on any social media platform. OnlyinOKShow. I am Harley.
And I am Brett.
Pecans.
Pecans.
So, dude, we have downloads in Kenya, South Africa, downloads in Israel, Iran, Turkey, India, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, Moldova, and this one kills me, Estonia. I didn't know it was a real place.
I think, Estonia sounds like one of those places that...
Dude, I really thought that Estonia was made up in like 80s
Lord of the
movies.
Rings?
80s movies.
Right.
Walk Like a Man or some movie like that. The main character was from Estonia, and I feel like I thought it was fake.
Well, here's something that might shatter your brain. Blade Runner is no longer in the future.
It's history.
It's history.
That's another one of those things that Oklahoma history Oklahoma history teachers never taught us. The history of Blade Runner.
No. Or what was it? Or Escape from New York. You remember when it was New York 1997? I'm like, that's not what I remember. That's not it at all. We had like Nirvana and we had Running Water in 97. Isn't it weird how those movies they jump so far ahead, and then we actually lived through that. You're like, man, that's not the future at all. That's actually kind of corny.
When was Demolition Man set? I think we're past that too.
I think Demolition Man was what? Was it 99, 2000, something like that?
When it came out, 93.
No, I know it came out in 93, but don't they typically do like a...
He was
96.
cryogenically frozen in 1996, and then the Great Earthquake of 2010. So that was set in 2032. So we still have some time to get to Demolition Man.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something good.
So-called teenagers, but yeah, I really enjoy it. But I like movies, post-apocalyptic movies. Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., Mad Max in there as well.
I don't know why Max was so mad. He had a cool car.
But he was a man of few words. He said very little. Remember that? He didn't have a whole lot of dialogue.
I think that's because Mel Gibson couldn't actually speak very well without the Aussie.
We in the future? Yeah. We're going to kill people and steal the water? I don't know if he said it like that. Anyway. All right. So we're doing the weekend calendar now?
That's what we're doing because that drops tomorrow. We have to get it done right now.
Got to have it.
Oh, P.S.
Yeah.
When you're editing the show, the word is not okay in the show. Okay. Just so you know. I wasn't aware of that until I got a letter from the FCC telling me that we weren't allowed to use the word fuck.
But if I'm not
in the outtakes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that was a faux pas on You.
Oh, I'm not pointing fingers.
I didn't even
here.
know I didn't even know we were going to have any outtakes for that episode.
I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying that anybody's to blame,
But somebody's to blame.
but heads will roll
Well-
if somebody says on the podcast.
I thought that was one of those, like, those sound machines that have, like, the waves.